fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face! Otherwise, I'm gonna have to head down there and I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker! I will massacre you! I will fuck you up!
Jesus Christ. I don't know what just happened, but wow. The shit that was just said on the podcast. Wow, you're gonna have to listen to it. Crazy podcast. Fucking loved it. Welcome back to another episode of Real Ass People's Entertainment. Real talk, real shit. We did have Dino back from quarantine. Actually, still being quarantined, but we did a fucking online video conference call thing to record this one, so sorry about the audio quality. We had Marina from the I Peg Your Pardon podcast. That's right, I Peg Your Pardon. Check her out on Instagram. It's I Peg Your Pardon with an underscore between each word. Go check her out. She has a podcast. We'll let her explain about a podcast based around the topic of sex. So we had her on. It was fucking dope. Crazy shit got said. It was honestly a blast, and we're supposed to be on her podcast coming up, so be lookout for that. Also, we are going to try and put this on YouTube since we video recorded it too. So I will let you know on the next podcast if we were able to get that uploaded. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Real Ass People. You can follow me on Instagram at Big Danny G. You can follow the Dino at Designs by Dino. Also, we always ask that if you could please leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Spotify or any place like that. It really does help. If you like what we're doing, you can also support us on the Anchor app. Anyways, let's get into it. Wow!
Sync it up, Dan. Are you going to do what you always do and then never tell me when you press start and fucking dick around with me?
Yeah, I can't do that.
Fuck you, Dan. You already did it, didn't you? Fuck, Dan. I fucking hate when you do that.
I gotta do it every time.
Jeez. Shit.
Brian,
whatever, dude.
the Dino. You're back.
What up, man?
Where
What's
the fuck
up,
you
my
been?
brother Dan? I know, after my long-awaited hiatus, bro. Listen, man, the corona got me down, you know? The corona got the Dino down. That's how it rolls. No, I don't have corona. Listen, you know why I won't get coronavirus? Because I only drink Modelo, Dan. That's why.
Modelo?
Yeah.
How's that
I ain't
gonna
afraid
save
no
you from
corona.
corona?
I drink Modelo's, homie. What?
How's that gonna save you from corona?
It just will, okay? It's part of the Dino-isms that come out.
I've been drinking Corona like crazy.
Actually, I think I saw the other day that their sales actually
Oh shit! Shit, we're breaking up already.
No. What?
Their sales,
Is it hurting me?
their sales increased.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too. That blew my mind.
Yeah. Well, Dan, why don't you introduce who we have on the podcast today for us?
We got Marina from the I Peg Your Pardon podcast, which
Marina?
is always an interesting podcast as a man to listen to.
Marina, I have a question for you.
Ask your
Marina.
question.
I don't know if she can hear me.
I can hear you. Go for
Okay.
it.
Do you really think it's true that if somebody gets brought into a threesome, it's because you're not getting dick down right?
Oh,
God, just going for the hard one. We can't be like,
Bro,
hey, what's your
listen,
podcast?
I
You're
have
just
a
like
whole
straight
fucking-
going right in
I have
for
a
the
whole
dick down
list.
question.
A whole list.
Okay,
to ask
hold
this chick about it.
off on that fucking question. We are gonna get to that because that's one me and you were gonna fucking debate on. What I want to know is for the people who have never listened to her podcast, for her to tell us at least what it's about first. Can no one hear me? Did everyone
Okay.
stop?
So I started
Dan,
my podcast.
are you fucking up or what?
What?
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I started my podcast solely because I don't know. I've always loved sex. I've always learned about sex. I did the sex industry for a while, and it's something that I am good at. So I just decided to start a forum for women to relate. And weirdly enough, I started it for women, and somehow I've outreached to more men than I have women. And I mean, you know, whatever.
Well, yeah,
your
guys
audience.
definitely want that shit. Like, I don't think that's really surprising that you got to more men than you did women.
Well,
It's
I
not.
mean,
As
I
soon
don't
as you
find
bring
it
sex into anything,
surprising.
guys are interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel that, but like, I wanted to make a place where, like, you know, guys can sit out there and they can talk about how they smashed 3 pussies in one day and they're the man. But if a woman does it, she's somehow a whore
Well,
or she's a
I
slut. And I
completely
was like,
disagree.
no, no. Let me tell you about how I have somehow come to crush so many hearts because I'm a woman and I do this versus a man when he does it. So I created it to just open the gateway to women to realize that you're not the only ones that are out there getting the dick. You're not the only ones out there fucking riding the pony and taking the shit by the reins and being a woman.
all I heard was that you're a boss ass bitch that can take some dick. That's pretty.
Exactly.
Like,
a lot of people would agree with you and be like, yeah, Marina's a fucking boss ass bitch and she takes a lot of dick.
that's funny as fuck. Which is actually funny because I applaud you for creating that safe space for women. But like, yeah, it's just funny to me because it's funny to me because it doesn't surprise me that you reached out to more men because just like Dan said, you know, obviously in this country and over the world, sex sells. So like, I mean, like I said, when I was listening to your podcast, like I couldn't even concentrate with what I was doing. I was like listening to these, like, you know, these conquests and like these stories and the way that you were talking about it. It's obviously a very engaging conversation with so many different aspects of it where like you could literally go on for weeks on every single thing about it, you know?
I think I hit a lot of men too because and I've been told this by multiple men that are listening to it that I'm close with, is because I do a lot of sexual voices.
Do you?
Okay.
So like
I haven't heard
the
one on the
groans, and
podcast.
they're like, oh yeah, daddy, do it like that. And they're like, oh wait, no, that keeps us listening, girl. And I'm like, okay. But I think it's also because it's like a cue into what a woman could want.
Right.
So
All right.
that's
Question
why
for you.
I've done my podcast. And did you listen, Ryan, to my first episode? Even Dan, did you listen to my first episode about how I came about being called I Beg Your Pardon?
No.
No, did not hear that one.
No?
Let's
Oh
hear
my
it.
God.
Let's hear it. Story time.
Story time.
Story time.
So
Let's hear it.
I think it's like my second or my third episode. I talk about how I really love pegging dudes in the ass.
Jesus.
It's a power trip
Christ.
for me. Jesus Christ.
Whoa! Wait, back up. Wait. If this is gonna be. Wait,
Out.
If this is gonna be story time, it has to be Q&A time too. So I have a question.
How many guys have you pegged?
Oh, I
No.
pegged like 4 guys.
No, not my question. I don't
Them
care how
rookie
many
numbers. You got to pump them numbers up.
No, but I pegged those 4 guys over an extended period of time. But
So-
Well, I hope they weren't all on the same night.
you'll never know.
My question for you is, what about it to you? Like you said, like you get like this power trip / like high or whatever. Like what about that gives you that?
Well, I don't know. What gives you the fucking power trip of plowing into a girl's fucking pussy? Watching
Well-
her stare at your mercy as she looks back at you over her shoulder and moans and groans your name. Like,
Okay.
it's the same exact fucking thing. Your G spot as a man is in your fucking asshole.
Very true.
So we just get to hit that spot and we get to fucking rectify it.
I'm sorry, but I was not expecting such an honest answer. I'm kind of speechless at this point.
Okay. Well, he's speechless. I've got a question.
Okay.
What are your thoughts, or do you think like a guy who's more dominant in the bedroom that may like, for lack of better terms, anal stimulation as in pegging, can still be dominant in the bedroom while being pegged?
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh, damn, that was a good fucking question.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
I mean, so I really do want you guys to go back and listen to my first like 3 episodes because you get an insight to why I do this. And so the whole thing came about like me going to Colorado, visiting my friend. Her husband has never done anal. Her husband has never, I mean, he's fucked a girl in the ass, but he's never been fucked in the ass. And so we're there, we're talking about butt toys. And I was just like, boy, your wife's got a fucking metal butt plug with a flower on it. I have a carrot that I shove up my asshole whenever I want to get off. So, and he's like, girl, you need to start a fucking podcast and you need to call it I Beg Your Pardon. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. And then he's like, but also, how many dudes have you fucked in the ass? And I was like, wait, probably way too many for any other girl.
What I want to know is
Cool.
why you're using carrots.
Well, it was a sex toy that I bought online, and it
Okay,
looked like a
okay.
carrot.
I thought you were just buying like 10-pound bags of carrots.
No.
I know.
A different one every day.
At least
I
she's
was
keeping
very
it
confused
healthy.
there for a second.
Damn,
No.
girl.
It was like it's like a silicone little shaped carrot thing, and I bought it,
Okay.
and I was like,
That
this
makes
is
way
cool.
more sense.
I love it, but I fucked the first guy I ever fucked in the ass. He whipped out a dildo that was novelty size. Like I'm talking the size of my fist.
That's
And
impressive.
he was like, shove this up my ass. And I was like, oh.
Wait. So
My
was
first
that-
question would have
was
been
that
like, do you have
prior-
lube?
Wait, what?
My first question would have been like, where's the lube?
No, he had the lube too.
Okay, I was just making sure because that seems painful to raw dog.
So
No. He was like, yeah, let's go for it. And I mean, it was great. And like, I'm not even gonna lie, my other little fetish is being like choked, smacked, hair pull. If you don't leave handprints on my ass when you're done fucking me from behind, like we're not good. So he choked me while I was shoving this novelty size thing up his butthole. And I was like, fuck it. Yes, I'm down for it, daddy.
I'm trying
Like,
to
let's
picture the
do
position
this.
of doing that.
okay, 2 questions now that we're playing this, and then we'll let her get back to it. Did you guys have like, were you surprised when he asked you? Like, did he just come up to you without any previous communication and was just like, hey, let's do this? Or like,
Yeah, no, seriously.
Wow.
I'd been to his house like 4 times prior to that. And then one day he just rolled over and his mattress is on the ground and against his closet door. And he rolled over, slid it open, pulled out this monster, hands it to me, and is like, shove this up my butthole. And I looked at him and I was like, that goes where? And he was
Yeah.
like, I want you to stick that in my ass. And I was like, oh.
Do you not want to start with something a little smaller?
Yeah, no, seriously.
Like-
I was like,
Like I get
okay.
you
I
can
mean, like,
handle this, but let's start with something smaller just to work up to that maybe.
yeah, no, he dove in for like true treasure right there. And I was like,
Wow.
okay, let's do it, dude. And that was what started my fetish, because sticking the second, and it was very uncomfortable for me to stick that novelty size, fist size dildo up his butthole.
were you
Think how
watching
uncomfortable
it
it was
or
for
did you
him.
look away?
Oh no, I watched it. I wanted to see what was happening.
Oh, fuck. Damn.
And the entire time I was like, this is happening. And like the second that did happen, he like went to a whole nother world, and I ended up getting a Gucci purse out of it. So
What?
I mean, yeah, no, like the second that thing went into his
I would-
butthole,
I
I-
will call
If I
bullshit.
can get a pair of Gucci shoes, I'll shove a fucking novelty sized dildo in someone's ass. Oh, now everyone fucking freezes.
no, for real, like literally the second that thing went up there and into
Uh-oh.
it, anything but like moving my body against it. And so we were like, he was like, yeah, what do you want, baby? What do you want? And I was like, a Gucci purse. And he's like, it's yours. What do you want? What do you want? And I was like, that Gucci purse. Like I was still like in the mindset of like, well, what do I want?
Wow. Oh
And I
my.
ended up
Some
walking
Gucci
away with a
shoes to
Gucci
match my
purse,
Gucci
like,
purse.
2 days later. It was great.
That's fucking crazy.
You can literally, as a woman, ask for anything that you want from a guy when their dick is either in your mouth or you have something in their ass.
Why do you think
Why
that you
not
can't do? Why do you think that you can't do that as a man for a woman?
I mean, as a man, what do you mean? Like, why
Like
do you
I
think
can't.
men
Like I can't be going down on a girl asking for whatever I fucking want. Why is it that a girl can get whatever she wants if his dick's in her mouth, but
It
not a
sounds
guy?
like you need to up your skills there then, bud.
No.
Yeah, it
That's
sounds like you need to up it up, because like if you're fucking a girl right, she should be willing to do.
God damn it.
Because
That's
when
not what
when
I-
my face is down there, by the time
Ugh.
I'm done, they usually forgot I even brought a penis with me.
God damn it.
Yeah, no, for real. For real. I
Well-
mean, I've never spent money on a dude because I don't do that, but like I've had them drop some serious dough on me.
Right. Okay. I wasn't asking you guys to critique my going down skills. My question for you, that wasn't my fucking question. Anyway, never mind. Also, back to my very original question, do you actually like to call people daddy?
Oh, hell yeah.
What about it? Like what's the mindset for you behind that?
And it's not that I have daddy issues, because I also open up about this in my last podcast, is I have mommy issues, but I get off on calling a guy daddy because it gives them so much authority,
Okay.
I guess you would say, or power behind it. For a man, that's giving them a power trip. Like they are.
It does. As a guy who likes being called daddy in and out of the bedroom, it does have a sense of power where someone is submitting to you on that level.
Exactly. And so I love calling a guy daddy, and I love to spark it on them at the most like inappropriate times.
Which
Like,
is the best times.
no, for real. Yep. I'll be on a date with a guy and he'll pay the bill and I'll be like, yes, daddy. And he just, the look on his face, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I see how the night's going to go. You can tell it all by calling them daddy.
Okay, well, I've never been called daddy. And to be completely
Oh.
honest,
We've
I
distinguished why you need to up your oral skills.
don't think I would actually like it. I feel like I don't know.
Okay, so I didn't either. Okay, I'd never been called daddy before. I was dating this, lack of a better word. I mean, she was a fucking drug addict. But anyways, I was dating her. Didn't know she was a drug addict. Bed, all of a sudden, she just says, just shove it in my ass, daddy. And from that fucking moment on, I was like, I like that now.
Well, clearly my sexual conquests do not take to the degree of you two professionals over here, because I don't just get told to shove it in my ass, daddy, or B, do I have a girl saying, oh, I see you, daddy, when I buy her dinner. So clearly I'm fucking up over here.
I don't know. I mean, if a girl ever, it just depends on how they say it.
Right.
And I don't have daddy issues, so there's no insecurities there, but it's
Well,
like,
I don't have daddy issues either. I just don't want to be called that. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be able to be called that. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you can be a dad and still be called, it comes, okay, next time you're going down on a fucking bitch, ask her to call you daddy and tell me how fast your tongue moves after that.
well, my tongue already moves pretty fast. I don't need to be called daddy.
You'll
for me
be
to do
going
it.
supersonic speed then, I'm sure. You'll be getting
Well, you
called
always
daddy
don't even have to
without
go.
our
You don't even usually always have to go fast either. You just got to be sometimes just hitting that right spot.
You just
That's
got to know where to
funny.
lick.
Thanks. Hey,
Fing-
thanks for the
fing-
educational lessons.
Fingers
Call,
and tongue at the same time.
next time, just call me a bitch, all right? That's all. We'll just go like, okay, cool, got it.
Do it, bitch. Do it. Is that what you
Yeah.
want to hear between your? Yeah, no.
No, I don't. Okay.
Okay, I have a question. I'm sure we're gonna get back into some more dirty topics. My question is, what like made you want to do this podcast? We kind of touched on it a little bit, but I was like, what really made you like want to do it? Like, what's the message you put out there in general?
So I mostly wanted to create like a neutral forum for women to be sexually curious.
Right.
I mean,
Was your mentality solely women? Like when you were initially thinking about it, you didn't think of men and women. You were just like, just for women.
yeah, just for women. I
Okay.
honestly didn't think I would ever hit a higher analytic to men, whereas now
Right.
I'm 86 of the people that listen to my podcast are men and the rest is
Right.
all women. But I was like, no, this is for women. This is for you to not feel like you are, weird for having these fetishes or for having these needs.
Right.
I wanted to hit women as a whole. And
Mhm.
I've worked in the sex industry before, so I wanted to open up our fetishes and our wants and our needs from being in that kind of a environment. But I somehow hit more men. But I just wanted to make it so that people could feel comfortable talking about sex as a woman.
Right. Do you take callers or have people on with you to like talk about stuff like that?
Well, I want to take callers. I would love to get to a point, and I think once I hit a certain amount of numbers
Right.
and all this fucking corona shit blows over, I
Right.
can have
Absolutely.
a phone line where people can call in and we can discuss these kinds of topics and answer questions. But I mean, I had a friend who is down in Portland and I had her phone in today for
Right.
our podcast, and she gave some really good advice, and she gave some really good insight on
Right.
our topic.
Wow.
So you use the Anchor to do your podcast. On there, there's an option for them to leave a voice message that you can put into your podcast if you want to.
Yeah, I close that down because I don't want people interrupting other people's listening experience, and I don't
Right.
want sponsors because I'm not in this for the money, and I don't want people like promoting me is great, and I have a silent what would you call them, sponsor?
Yeah.
A
Is it your
silent
daddy?
sponsor. Is it what?
Is it your daddy? Is that he the son?
No.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Surprisingly,
No.
my mom loves my podcast. My dad wants nothing to do with this.
Oh, I told my
Like,
parents don't listen to
Yeah,
my
I
podcast.
wouldn't want to listen to my daughter talking about this shit either. But
and
okay,
it's funny,
I gotta,
my sisters listen to my podcast. My dad does not like it, but I have a silent sponsor, and I'm okay with that.
so
That's okay.
I got a question. So you said you don't want, I brought up the Anchor app where people can leave a voice message. You said you don't want people interrupting the listening experience. I'm kind of curious how it's interrupting the listening experience, because you could just play the call and then have a podcast at the beginning of the podcast answering the question they may have.
I guess
Because they're not calling in, it's not interrupting anything. They call on, they leave a voice message, and then you can listen to it any time, and then you just add it as audio to the podcast.
so. My experience as of right now has been that anytime I advertise my podcast on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, I get a lot of like social media users
Mhm.
that are looking for clout, and I'm not trying to do that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And so I don't want someone to drop a recording. It's like, hey, if you do this, I'll do this for you. Like, that's a waste of my fucking time. And I get that
Right.
a lot when I do polls. I get that a lot when I do questionnaires. I get that a lot when I do like ask me a question. Is people that are like, if you broadcast me, I'll broadcast you. And I'm like, I'm not fucking interested in that. Like,
Right.
I don't benefit from you. I'm not, it's the same thing as sex. If I'm not getting an orgasm from you, you're not getting an orgasm from me. So why would I even waste my time?
Essentially, it goes back to the old thing. If you can't bring me with something to benefit me, I'm not gonna, like, don't ask me to benefit you.
Exactly.
You have a huge dick, Marina. Did you know that?
I have a huge dick.
For a lady, you have like some of the biggest set of balls I've ever seen.
I get told that pretty
Like, goddamn, woman, like, who the fuck are you? That's funny as shit. So yeah, back to my original question, because I have loads to talk about. If you
Boy,
haven't
lay
heard
it
it.
on me. Fucking lay it on me. I will give you.
Okay, so
my honest
I
response.
did an abbreviation of your quote, but you said you don't give good dick out and you don't share it either. Basically quoting it as bottom shelf dick, if you will.
Yeah.
So when I asked you earlier, and this will lead me to another question too, but for you personally, and I guess for in general, is that how you feel about when you bring somebody else rooms because you're not getting it good enough, so you need it somewhere else?
Yeah.
Wow.
The way that you phrase that at the end, yeah, no, that's the exact same. That's how I
Right.
feel. I mean, I
Damn.
would not advertise. I would not go out and seek another woman to join our bed or another man to join our bed if I didn't know that original dick wasn't satisfying me.
Interesting.
Well, okay, so me and him were debating on this a little bit before you jumped on. I've had girlfriends that are bisexual who genuinely love, like, me fucking another chick. They love watching it. They love being involved in
So
it.
cuckolding.
Kind of.
Yes.
They like it's
It's
Yes.
cuckolding.
Yes,
even though
it is,
even though
Marina.
It's a
Yeah.
woman version. It's cuckolding.
Thank
what do you mean a woman on woman version?
Like, even though you're seeing a woman wanting you to fuck another woman, it's considered cuckolding.
Okay, no, I get
That
that,
is a
but it's
huge
just
fetish.
it's not just that. She wants to be involved. There's moments where she wants to just sit back and watch. There's moments she wants to be involved. We've had the chick in the threesome, not my girlfriend, want to watch me fuck my girlfriend. It's been all types of different situations.
Okay.
She genuinely liked pussy, and I would agree that it's low quality dick if she wanted to have sex with another dick. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also I know the other perspective.
Right. That's why I
Why
asked.
would
Well, I get
share-
that. I don't think you can nail it down to just one reason. Like, oh, your dick's shitty. Like, there's women that genuinely like having another woman and a man in bed.
I don't know. If I'm getting dick that's going to get me off without me even having to ask a question or hesitate or need to be like steering them in the right direction, why would I fucking
Right.
share that?
That's true.
'Cause
She's got a great point.
Well, that's her mindset, though.
That is
Right.
That's your mindset.
That's a lot of people's mindset. Like,
a
why
lot,
would I
but
share
you did not say all.
a lot? But okay, so if I've got a really good pen that writes smooth and it does a good job on paper and doesn't leave any stains, why would I fucking share that with the next person that's got a fucking inky pen that's going to leave stains? I want the best for myself. I'm being selfish.
But what if I get that you're being selfish, but okay, everyone has different fetishes, right? What if someone's
Yeah.
fetish literally is having a man and woman in bed with them? Like, that's what really gets them off. Like the girlfriend that
Then that's the light that steers them in that direction. But for me,
that's what I'm
I
saying.
would not
For
share
you,
something that's
you wouldn't share a
amazing.
dick that you wouldn't share a dick that's top quality. Other women, it doesn't matter if it's quality or not. They just like it. They like the sex with a woman. They like the sex with a man, and being bisexual. And obviously, how many guys are not going to say no to a threesome?
I don't know.
They get both
Did
of
you
both.
listen
They
to
get,
that threesome because they couldn't put out?
which
I heard
threesome?
that, and that shit was crazy as fuck to me. Honestly, I couldn't believe that you had two dudes with you that couldn't fucking do it. Like,
Oh yeah, that blew my mind
I've
too.
had 3 threesomes and no one has ever been able to keep it full mass. And I'm not saying that like I'm a chubby person. I'm curvy, but when I was in college, I was a skinny mini. And still somehow both those dudes were just so overwhelmed that their little winkies were just like little.
Was it overwhelmed, or was it their first time doing a male female threesome?
Even when it was female male, they were still little fucking
Really?
sad elephant trunks.
God,
well, I wouldn't know, guys.
so
I've never had a
I've done both, and I have not had that problem in either situation.
Well,
I'm sure she's.
I'm just saying. I was really surprised. I was really
enough.
surprised to hear that. Like, if it was their first like male female, I could see how like you're a little uncomfortable like tag teaming. That might be a little uncomfortable, but
Right.
like, it kind of blew my mind too. I just don't get
Is
it.
there a preference? Is there a preference for either of you two, preferring either 2 girls or 2 guys, or vice versa?
Well, obviously, I prefer 2 females, but
Yeah,
as
I don't
long
know.
as the
I'm
dick can get fucking full mass, I'm there. But anytime I've been in it, in my 3 times, it's never been there.
so. Would you, Marina? Would you say that your better ones were with 2 girls versus 2 guys?
Well, at least with the 2 girls, I got off.
Damn, bro. Do you want to put these dudes on blast really quick? You can, because that's very unfortunate.
do it.
Kelson and Bruce, y'all can't fucking stand
Damn,
up.
bro. She said their names, dude. Fucking little bitches, dude. That's crazy.
I didn't say their last names, so they can never
Please
come
Oh,
back.
they
do.
know who the
Please
fuck they
do.
are. You don't need to say their
Well,
last
we
names.
need
They
their
know.
we need their Instagram tags. Too.
Yeah.
So
Full name.
We're gonna
social
when we
security
put out
number.
the podcast, we're going to tag them in
Yeah.
Instagram. We put out this podcast and let them know you guys were mentioned.
Okay, so funny story. The guy Bruce, he's fucking a neighbor of mine,
Nice.
and he's an older black dude.
Mm.
And me and Kitty Cat, which I don't want to divulge her name because her boyfriend might listen in on anything, but you know who she is, Dan. Her and I were doing it, and we went to his house, and we were like full on like about to do the deed, and he just stood over us while we were like fucking going at it, like we were scissoring, and he was just jerking his little like soft elephant trunk, and I was like, this is so disappointing, dude.
I mean, could you really be mad at something that's called an elephant trunk, though? Come on.
I mean, I don't know what he was gonna do.
That's
Guys are
still pretty
sometimes
big,
they're
even
growers,
though
not
it's soft.
showers. Who knows? Maybe he would have jerked it off and it would have become a fucking tree trunk, and he could have penetrated me hard.
Damn.
But he was not performing. And then we did another guy who went out to his car and he tried to take like one of those gas station
Some horny
Pill.
goat weed.
yeah. And you know what happened? He just sat there on my chair in my living room and looked at us as we like fucking went at it. And then I was like, I kicked him out. I was like, get out of my apartment. We're going to go to bed. We're going to finish our business. You can go. You're worthless.
Damn, you're hard as fuck, dude. God damn.
Why
Like,
am I supposed to be gentle of them? They're not.
I'm
worth
not,
my
oh,
time.
I'm not saying that at all. It's just funny. Like I said, you got the biggest set of balls I've ever seen for a woman. So, and you clearly know how to back it up.
When you're having these threesomes, like, do you come off like this hard? Like, I
Oh,
expect
yeah.
you.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think
yeah.
that maybe
No,
that's a slightly intimidating for the guy? Maybe just a little bit. Why does it when I ask a question, everything
I
freezes?
mean, you should know how I am as a woman.
Well, so yeah, so kind of going off of Dan's, because I've never had a threesome. So I do have to agree.
Okay, hold on. You just froze up. Finish that. Hey, finish that question again.
What? No, whoa. There's no personal challenge. There's no personal.
I know.
personal challenge.
Hey,
but I saw
ask that question again. Y'all, I couldn't hear nothing. Y'all froze up.
Damn it, Dan. I didn't even fuck.
What was the question?
For someone who hasn't had a threesome, I was gonna ask, like, for you to give a sentence each about, like, advice for it. Also, too, going off of what you said, because I am someone that hasn't had one, that definitely would come off as intimidating, but not like deterring, if that makes sense. Like, I would still want to, but I guess I just wouldn't know how to after seeing someone's big lady balls fucking flexing all over me.
Gosh.
I know.
That's a hard story. First of all, I did say, I mean, if a guy approaches me and says that they've never had a threesome, I see that as a personal challenge because I like to overcome those humps and bring people to my level before I try and make them understand.
That makes sense.
But also, I don't know, if you're in a situation where you have two people, whether they're men or women, that are on the mutual standpoint of wanting to do it, just fucking pop the question if you're in the right standpoint to be able to get the right answer. You don't have to be on drugs. You don't have to be drunk. You can literally be sober as a gopher and be like, do you guys want to all fuck?
Yeah. Dan, what do you got?
Down.
My
little
piece of advice.
Wait, before that.
Jesus.
It doesn't surprise me that you've never been turned down, though. Like, I'm not going to lie. I don't think any dude would ever turn down a girl asking for a threesome versus a guy asking a girl for a threesome. And that's just the way we live in 2020, though.
Okay, can I turn this on like a personal, like...
Go for it. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Let's hear it.
I'm not gorgeous or anything, but I've never been turned down as a woman.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Man, you might run into those other obstacles. You need to have a woman on your backside that's going to stand up behind you and be like, no, do this, honey. Do it as you.
That makes sense. Okay.
You gotta boast yourself up and like overcome those obstacles.
She's all supportive and shit. Thank you so much for that, Marina. You the best. One love.
I know. By all means, if you ever need some girls that'll like fuck you all at once, I got some girls.
Jesus Christ.
We're gonna have a conversation when we're done with this podcast. I'm gonna text you.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? That's absolutely
Wait, me or
insane.
him?
I hope
him.
you. Yeah, I was about to say, I hope you. I
I'm
don't
not
want Dan
texting the
texting
guy
me
that.
shit.
I'm not texting the guy that has never had a threesome and bad oral skills.
Hey,
I don't know. You guys could like collaborate on a threesome.
I'm definitely.
I want you to know, Ryan, that I would go to battle with you any day.
Yes.
I want you to know, Dan. I would not go to battle with you, bro.
That's rude. I thought we were brothers here.
Yo, we are just not dick brothers.
Not that kind of brother.
Dude,
Thank you.
No
like
eye
adopted
contact.
brothers.
No eye contact. Keep your socks on. Balls don't touch.
Keep your
It's not
balls
gay.
separated.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marina.
And you keep your socks on. As long as the socks are on, it's not intimate.
Exactly.
I don't believe that for one fucking bit. Y'all listen. Y'all can't bullshit a bullshit.
Actually, if I keep my pants on, like if my pants are still on, I don't consider it sex.
First off, how are you having sex with your pants on?
You just
Like if they pull it down just below my asshole, you're not gonna get a pound town until I orgasm. You got to pull that shit off.
Oh, okay. Damn. Apparently,
So
okay.
it's like, we're gonna do a quickie in the bathroom, and they just pull it down real quick, and it's like right below my ass cheeks. I'm like, this isn't sex because I can't open my legs, I can't straddle, I can't move. So this is just you getting off, not me.
Right. Okay.
And
I
it
can.
doesn't count as like, it doesn't count as
Right.
in my world, it doesn't count as a sexual climax.
Well, your world seems to be on a professional level, so I would totally have to agree with you there.
Yay.
That was a compliment. Just saying, I wasn't trying to disrespect.
I know it
anything.
is a compliment.
Yeah, that was a compliment. So my question for both of you, and we'll have Marina, you go first. But instead, so on top of podcasting and all this other dumb bullshit that's going on, how have you been spending your quarantine?
Oof. Well, last week, all my vibrators died.
Damn.
All of them within like 4 minutes of each other.
All I heard was that she was masturbating vigorously.
All I heard
No,
is
no,
that's
no.
a busy ass
No.
morning.
Yeah.
I was left doing it a cappella
She
until my
coulda just
neighbor
said
went
she
and
was
got me
jerking
fucking
off.
batteries.
So did you have any more batteries though?
No, my neighbor had
What
to go
the
get me
fuck?
batteries. I told her, I was like, girl, all my vibrators died. The 2 that are rechargeable are charging, but they take 24 hours to get to full fucking mass. So I've been spending quarantine with my dogs.
What kind of dogs do you have?
Oh my God. Come here, Stout. Come here.
Dan, did you get rid of your cat?
I did.
You bastard.
Oh, we haven't talked about that story. We should talk about the story later.
Oh, okay, so yeah, how old's your Chihuahua?
This is Stout, and he is 7 years old.
Damn, that's an old Chihuahua.
I know. And then I've got this little boy, Portimus. And yes, my dogs are Stout and Porter after beer.
Wow. So do you like vodka? Is that what's going on? Is that why you did that?
No, but
Oh.
I've been spending my vodka. What are you talking about?
I was trying to make a joke. Obviously, it was a
Oh.
bad one, so my bad.
No,
Horrible
Stout and
joke.
Porter are my dogs. My dad owned a brewery. We are all just brewer people. So I have 2 beer dogs, and I've just been spending it with them and working and masturbating like no one's business. By all means, now that my vibrators are fully charged, we're gonna
You better-
go
It's a busy day for you, isn't it?
every
She's
day.
like, she almost didn't get on the podcast because she's like, bitch, I'm busy. I got
She's
shit
like-
I gotta do.
She's like, I've done it twice since we've been on the podcast. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I'll be on Zoom meetings with my coworkers, and I'll have a vibrator down below me on my chair, and I'm just like, I'm here, I'm present.
God damn it.
Jesus Christ.
Great, I love it.
My
And that's
only
why I was
my
so
only
upset.
question is why aren't more women as open and honest as she is? That like,
That's why I created this
Insecurities.
dude,
But
you're
they
breaking down
open.
boundaries, Marina. Keep it going. Keep it going with
keep
the
doing
utmost
it.
positivity. So, other than hanging with your dogs and verbally jerking off or crazily jerking off,
Vividly.
yeah,
I think you meant
thank
vigorously.
vigorously. What else have you been up to?
Just working, trying to survive this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you getting paid while being home?
I've been put on what's called mandatory unpaid time off. So
Okay.
I only work 25 hours a week versus my 40, and my
Right.
week has been cut drastically.
Well, at least you get to work still, because I've been off of work coming up onto 2 weeks now. Because for me personally, our shop shut down the week prior to them telling everybody to shut down. So at the end of
Yeah.
this, I'll be a week ahead of everybody.
Today was 1 month of my work being like shut. We shut down on the
Fuck.
6th of March because of coronavirus, and everyone was sent
Right.
home. But we went on to Muto or furlough as of the 23rd. So I've been feeling it. It's a little bit rough, but I'm
Right.
grateful for what I have, and I'm not going to I support everyone. I've been donating to sex workers out in Vegas and in Portland and in LA. I've been trying to reach out to my old homies that are strippers and be like, hey guys, do you need anything? Can I send you anything? It's a rough time right now.
Oh, it's a rough time for everybody. I mean, my roommate, he's a journeyman, and now out here, construction, electrical work, even that, so for what he was doing isn't even essential anymore either, you know. So like all they're doing is like homework and, you know, stuff like that. So you know, it's affecting all of us out here. And so what about you, Dan? How you've been spending your quarantine?
Well, for me, I got laid off on Wednesday, so I've been laid off for essentially 4 work days now.
Right.
But I also have my real estate side gig thing going on, so I've been working on that.
Have you been noticing any spikes in the real estate community?
People that are doing what I'm involved in or have been, it seems like, have been very active, because even though people aren't getting evicted or foreclosed on, the money
Right.
that they're not paying is still due. So even though they can't foreclose or evict, once the 90 days is up and they can start doing that, that money's still due. So
They have to
Right.
pay back.
yeah, so what they're trying to do is investors are trying to be like, hey, you probably don't realize this, but this is the situation you're going to be in like 90 days. This is what we can offer to help you. So essentially, you know, like buy people's houses from them at obviously not full market value, because they're going to be in a shitty situation.
Right.
Come out and having, you know, selling for under market value is obviously a lot better than being foreclosed on.
Right. Absolutely.
So I've been doing that, not masturbating vigorously. Actually, I don't think
Really?
it hasn't really been a thing since I've been keeping myself super busy. I even been unplugging my TV.
Pornhub is like so full of content right now. How have you not?
I have content on Pornhub, actually.
I
I've-
do too.
What? Jesus. Who?
Yeah.
Yo, basically all I hear when I talk to you guys is like, my life has been pretty shitty thus far.
Oh.
Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so I'm gonna finish going over. Haven't been doing a whole lot except reading property research, cold calling homeowners. Not a whole lot. Been cooking a little bit.
Meth?
I wish.
Oh.
No, that's about it. I've been unplugging my TV during the week, so I've been trying to keep myself super busy.
Dope.
Okay.
I even like set an alarm for every about 40 minutes to do 10 what's called I believe they call it a Navy SEAL. It's essentially a burpee, but with 2 push-ups, and every time you do a push-up, you kind of do like a side crunch with your legs. So every 45 minutes, I try to do like 5 or 10 of those just to get a little exercise in throughout the day.
Well, every 45 minutes, I usually eat an Oreo, so we're on 2 different fucking spectrums over
Yeah,
here.
I know. I saw your picture on Instagram the other day, bud. You might want to stop eating them double
Whoa,
Oreos.
buddy, listen, I did that in confidence. You don't get to talk about this body like that, okay?
Don't put it on social media.
All right, you're right.
Yeah.
Every 45 minutes, I masturbate. So hey.
4 to 5.
Well, you know what? You know what, Marina? Not everybody can be as fucking cool as you, okay?
We all don't have stockpiles of vibrators.
Yeah.
No, but I do have a question, because you have content on Pornhub. I have content on Pornhub. You said you were
Hey.
part of the sex industry. How were you part of the sex industry? And before you answer that, I was kind of part of it. Obviously Pornhub content, and I used to do cam modeling back in the day.
Oh, you did cam modeling?
I did. I essentially got paid to jerk off on camera.
Wow. Oh my God. So you're like Simon Rex, right?
What?
Do you not know who Simon Rex is?
No.
Or whatever his name is? Like Dirt Nasty.
Yeah. I've heard of that, but I've never seen it. But I know like what you're getting at here.
Yeah, Dirt Nasty used to jerk off on camera for money before he became like an old fart. So I how would
Dirt
I
Nasty is like the original cam girl.
Yeah.
Like he's like the OG cam girl.
Dirt Nasty needs a tug. Like
Okay,
God
I
damn
think I need to look this up.
That's
yeah,
fucking
no, by all
hilarious.
means do. I was a part. So your question was, rephrase it. Do it again.
Was how were you part of the sex industry?
So I was a back when I was in college at University of Idaho. In Idaho, you cannot be a stripper. You can be a bikini dancer, and so
That
I
takes
used
off
to
her
go
clothes.
to this place like right along I forget what it was called, but I used to dance there, and it was called the Candy Club, and I
Mm.
used to just bikini dancing. And then when I dropped out of college and I moved to Portland, I used to dance at Casa Diablo. What were the other ones?
That's down in Portland.
Diablo, Rose City Strip, and Hawthorne Strip.
Okay.
And then I gave up one day, and like I couldn't do it anymore, and I was just a topless bartender.
Do we have topless bartenders up here?
I don't know. It's a good question.
No, because you guys can't show anything. You can't show nipples.
That's
What?
horrible.
Fucking
So,
free the
like-
nip, dude. Free the nip.
Right? Like I used to love walking around with just like fucking pasties on my nipples, and like I'm not gonna shout it out like I'm some great person, but like I used to have pasties on my nipples because I've had so many breast surgeries for getting tumors removed that like these pasties were massive, like the size of my hands.
Damn.
Damn.
So that's how I used to make my money. And then one day, the guy that I was with for like eight years. Yeah, I think it was 8 years. He recorded and broadcast it into Pornhub of us doing anal in Bend.
Were you aware of this, or
No,
did he? Oh,
no,
okay.
that's why there was like a drastic pause.
Yeah.
He broadcast it, and that was like a really humiliating moment, and that was when I was like, okay, but I'm going to take full advantage of this. And so I went on with my life as like a topless bartender and
Right.
like being more promiscuous on
Right.
my content. So
Okay.
Have you thought about doing was it OnlyFans?
no.
What is your okay? Building off of that, what do you think about like as in general as a whole, especially for all the type of like for you and your podcast as like a safe space to talk about it and stuff? What do you think about OnlyFans like as a conceptual idea and for women to do stuff like that?
I think it's a great way for women to broadcast their body, but they need to be the ones that are advertising it.
Right.
Not your man,
Right.
not his homie, no one
Right.
else. I mean, so like to backtrack for like a quick second, because I do want to touch on this. I was with a guy for a good second when I was about 24.
Mm.
And he took a picture of me when I was naked in bed, and he sent it to everyone. My coworkers, my family, my grandparents, my college professors.
Wow.
And he sent that naked picture. So I try and be self-conscious about what you post on the internet, because
Right.
he was put in prison for 2 years because of that. It's called involuntary pornographic content. So he did that, and I try to be like, after you submit something like that to the courts and you do something like, cam girling, and you like show
Right.
off your titties and you become like a promiscuous person, it doesn't make you look that what's the word? Strong, reputable towards the courts when you try and go and fight against them trying to fight their parole.
Okay. Damn. Well, I'm very sorry that happened to you. That sounds like a very fucking stressful situation.
I'm very curious why would he want to do that? Like, was it because of a fight, or was it just him being a shithead, just a piece of shit?
It was because he had left me, and I said I wouldn't pay his last month's rent, and my dad cut him off.
Oh, that's a
Fucking little
shitty move.
bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Fucking little bitch. Dan, would you ever do OnlyFans again in the midst of all of this?
I didn't do OnlyFans. I did StreamMates.
No,
which
but
is-
I mean now. Like now.
Would I do
would
only
you-
if I had a better body? I probably would, but it's probably a little bit harder for guys. Like you need.
Same
like,
for me.
six-pack
I would do
abs.
OnlyFans if I didn't love tacos so much last year.
I know a lot of people that really love tacos that are making pretty decent money on OnlyFans right now.
I was about
Are
to
they
say. I was about to
girls?
say.
Huh?
Marina,
Oh yeah.
Marina, I don't think obviously just met you, but I don't think you'd have any issue making fuck with the way that you carry
No,
yourself
with the
as a human.
attitude. Yeah, with the attitude and the confidence. Speaking as a guy,
I can see the hundreds right now, Marina. Go for it.
see, okay, this is what
Yeah.
I never understood. So the thing, I mean, you said you used to work in a strip club, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
this
like,
is what
I'm not,
I
I'm
never
not-
could understand is there was some really what I considered for my taste not attractive strippers at the club I worked at. They were still making a killing, and I think it was because it's a lot of the confidence that they put out.
Mhm.
I
Right.
think a lot of the reason guys come to a strip club is because the girls have the confidence that they're not seeing necessarily in the real world or in their relationship.
Yeah.
And they want to feel like they have a connection with a woman that has confidence, even if it's for a 10-minute lap dance.
They want a girl to grip him by the jaw and tell him, "Yes, daddy."
Exactly. They want that confidence.
All right, back it up, Marina.
Yes.
Ryan or Dino over there really wants someone to call him daddy.
No, I don't.
He's
know. I
over
don't
there
know.
like, "Yes, grip me by the jaw and tell me yes, daddy."
I mean, I'm not gonna say that. I mean, that sounds like a very enticing situation, but I'm also not gonna say yes because I don't know. How does anybody know? How do you know until it happens? You know what I mean? Like, what if somebody says it to me and I'm like, "Yo, fuck no." Like, you know, it's
you
not.
wouldn't say fuck no if it was right there. But anyway,
I don't know. We don't know. I mean, you didn't know.
I
you
wasn't
liked it
saying
until
no
all
when
that
my
shit
ex
happened.
told me to fucking shove in her ass and calling me daddy at the same time. Like I was like, oh, okay, baby girl.
High five through the screen.
Whatever. Fuck you guys. Y'all just living your best life over there, having great sexual conquests and all that fucking
I'm
shit.
not having any good sex right now. I'm living in my apartment with my dogs.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I'm occasionally fucking Pamela Henderson.
Oh, Pamela Henderson.
Yep.
Well,
Wow.
I'm not doing too much these days, especially being off of work. And most recently realized that I fucking hate not being social. Like it absolutely, especially someone for me who all I do is
butterfly.
all I do is talk to people all day, every day, all walks of life. Like it's so weird and my time is very structured and oriented specifically. And so for me, it's almost like I have too much free time. Like I don't even know what to do with my fucking time. And I tell you what, you know, I'm sick and tired of looking at page 26 on Pornhub already. Like,
If I can't okay, on
Give me a
Pornhub,
flight.
if
You know
I
what?
can't find the video I'm looking for within the first 5 pages of whatever I've searched, I search for something else.
Yeah.
I saw this thing the other day and it was like a meme and it was like me coming out of Pornhub. I did it. I done surfed every single page of Pornhub. I'm here. I'm here. And it was like
Yeah.
an old wrinkly man.
It's
and I
so
was like,
fucking
"Oh."
true. So fucking true.
What percentage of Pornhub do you think you've looked at?
I
I don't
even
think
wanna
anybody
get in.
I don't think anybody knows.
I think they came out with a I was listening to something the other day. They came out with a percentages like no one's looked at like more than like 1% of the Pornhub content that's out there.
Oh, no. My Pornhub searches don't even meet their criteria.
She just uses keywords and phrases hoping that something pops up. She doesn't even search preset categories. She's off the fucking wall.
Okay,
I'm not
okay, I
like-
got a question.
I'm not like old man fucking girl. I'm not any of those weird. I don't know how to else rephrase it.
She
Sorry,
probably just
but,
types
like,
call
Okay.
me dad.
Marina.
I'm like, call me baby. And they're
Yeah.
like, here's all your diaper people. And I'm like, no, call me baby as an old man and I'm a young girl. And they're like, here's your 2 videos. And I'm like, all right, got it.
Okay,
Done.
Marina, I got a question for you. What's your
Okay.
top 2 most common search things on Pornhub, and what's your most specific thing you've searched on Pornhub?
Do you want
Just so you know,
Ryan,
Dan, I'm not answering this.
You're answering that because the question's going for you too, and then I'll
Do you
answer
want my
mine.
honest?
Yeah, what do you mean?
No, we want
Of
you to
course we
fucking
want
lie
you-
to us.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay. So my wait, say it again.
Top 2 most common searches for you, and the third one is going to be your most specific search.
So my top 2 would be Girl on Daddy.
Okay.
That makes me so embarrassed. Girl on Daddy.
Why? You were just sitting there
And,
calling people daddy.
Yeah. Don't get all flustered now.
Girl on Daddy. My second one would be Naughty Brunette Fucks Herself.
Okay.
And then my third would be
You're most specific.
my most specific. Okay. My most specific.
she's
would
like, I've searched so much shit. How
I'm
do I
hoping
break it
for her to
down?
say
Yeah.
pterodactyl porn.
Yeah, or something like that.
Pterodactyl porn. What is this?
Have you
No,
never seen that
not
one? That's a great
Crossing.
video. That makes me laugh so hard.
My most specific would probably be double penetration.
That's a good one.
Okay. Dan, what's yours?
No, you first, bud.
Damn, son of a bitch.
I asked the question. I asked the question, so I go last on it.
Damn. Okay. Well, it's usually okay. I'm gonna give you a very generalistic answer because I'm getting pretty bashful about this. So I'm just gonna like.
No, top 2 most common, and then.
I'll give it to you, but it's gonna be a very generalistic search. I can definitely tell you it's for sure anything brunette, and probably some sort of like audition style piece. Whatever you
So like
whatever.
casting couch.
Yeah, but like, okay, but like I feel like they've tapered off recently. Like it used to be like a full like interview and like all that other shit, and then it just goes to like, hey, this is so and so, and then they
You can
start
only fuck
fucking.
so many girls on a black couch.
So like, I definitely would say like that, but ones that have way more of a better storyline.
Okay, so
And
that's
that's it.
storylines. What's your most
And that's
specific?
the most, and that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything.
What's your most
else.
specific?
I don't know. Fuck. I'd have to go on my Pornhub and fucking see what it is. I don't know.
Jesus.
No, by
Like-
means. Go on it.
Okay.
Oh my god. I don't know. All right, Dan, you answer. I'll look and see what it is.
My top 2 is probably obviously just lesbian. For the second most common,
Basic.
I know, would either be lesbian domination or tiny teen.
The fuck is that?
Like 19-year-olds tiny.
Jesus Christ, Dan.
You have to look that up, man. You can't look like a tiny 30-year-old. It's not a category.
That's weird, man.
Tiny teen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, bro. Whatever
There's
you got.
literally
whatever
whole
you got.
magazines and pornos, like Teen Anal, Volume 35. Like, this is not
okay.
something new. Did I say fucking like 13-year-old? No, teen. They consider teen 18, 19, 20, and 21. I don't know why they consider.
All right. Whatever you know what? Whatever you say, Dan. Whatever makes you
Jesus
happy at the end.
Christ. Although it's really
Um,
funny that her fucking jaw dropped over that one.
My jaw dropped.
Like, what?
I think you just sent a diss her way, Dan. Damn, bro. She's getting all sorts of fucking flustered at you, bro.
I don't know, dude. That's like
What? Come on, let's hear it.
that's like a Catholic. What do they call it?
Schoolgirl?
No, not school girl. That's like Catholic abuse.
How's that like
What the-
Catholic abuse?
what the
How did we
fuck?
get to that?
Yeah.
I don't know. You're like young girl, 19-year-old girl.
Okay, I kind of see what she's getting at, but maybe not the Catholic
Yeah,
side. but
like you can
the other
literally
side.
go to the categories they already have and click on teen.
Okay.
I don't do that. I avoid that because
You do.
I avoid that too. I don't like that.
Yeah, I avoid that because I
What-
feel like the second I hit that, they're gonna be like, "We're coming after you for child
Like
porn."
the
and I'm
second I said,
See,
like
see,
the
that
second,
tells
yeah.
me that you're not as comfortable with it.
Dan, I think she's more comfortable than both of us combined, homeboy. Like,
I'm pretty
I don't know
comfortable
about
with my
that.
life.
Okay, so
Listen, girl,
here's the thing. This is
throw
the
your hair
logic.
back,
This is the
you get
logic
it.
behind it. Whenever they say teen, it's the fact that it's usually like tinier, and I like watching fucking big old fucking dick just railing this fucking. Yeah.
Is it because you can't do that and you wish you could?
No,
Yep.
I've had some
Yep.
tiny girlfriends.
Okay, so that makes me. Have you, Marina? Have you seen the new Tiger King thing yet?
Oh, I can't.
How did we get to Tiger King?
Just wait, I'll get there. I'm asking a question. Have you seen it?
But we should talk
Yeah,
about
I've seen
Tiger
it.
King.
I've seen it, and I've been
Okay,
uncomfortable by
so
it.
what that made me think of is there's actually a specific quote in which he's talking about with his boyfriend about how he said he was straight.
Mhm.
And he's like, okay, well, when he's like, he asked him, do you watch porn? He's like, well, yeah. And he's like, well,
Oh, I
what do
remember this.
and he's like, what do you watch? And he's like, was talking about it. He's like, well, do you prefer having someone with a huge dick play on a girl or with a tiny dick? And he's like, well, obviously a huge dick. And he's like, well, then you're not that straight.
Fucking Ron White had that joke like 10 years ago.
Okay. Justify yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Justify myself about what?
I'm just so glad that I didn't have to answer the rest of that. So
I
We
think
can
we
move
should
on.
make you now.
we can move on from that. But that's okay. What and this is for both of you, what are your predictions on this timeline that we have been presented ourselves with this current situation in our society?
We'll be out of the news in 4 weeks.
Really?
Life will be back to normal out of it within 4 weeks. And
I'm
the
gonna
people that freaked us out over it are going to be the ones that are making go back to normal because they want us to pay attention to Bernie Sanders in the election. Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden,
No.
whichever. Yep.
All right, Marina, let's hear yours.
So coming from a standpoint where I have to be careful with what I say.
Why? No, this is
This is
just say it.
real ass
Yeah.
people's entertainment.
Just say it. Let's hear it.
But because I have a contract.
With what?
My work. So
All
and I'm gonna phrase this in a way that
Won't get you in
Does
trouble.
yeah. I'm like
This is a
I'm-
non-incriminating exposure. Right
So all I have to say right now is this could extend into August, and that makes me fearful because there's a lot of businesses that are about to become detrimental due to this. Oh fuck. Hold on.
I'm one of them, just in case anybody was wondering. And for all of our listeners on this podcast, tattoo artists are struggling like a motherfucker right now. So
Bruh, come up here. Come up
I'm
here.
we're fucking struggling. Like I'm
Wait,
so.
where are you? Are you
I'm
in
so-
California?
He's
No,
in Spanaway.
I live in Spanaway, but I work in Tacoma.
Okay. So
He works
I
5
would-
minutes from my apartment.
how do I say this?
You got this, girl. Show them what you're made of.
My biggest fear on this whole epidemic nonsense is that we won't be able to rebuild as a society.
Okay.
Why?
Like, well, do you mean in general or like how we used to?
No, in general.
Wow. Like at all?
Because, yeah. Okay.
Why do you think we're not gonna be able to rebuild? And I want to know what you mean by rebuild, because it's not like a bunch of buildings got like knocked down or some shit. Like, what do you mean rebuild?
Rebuild is wait, can this be like off the record?
Yeah.
Uh,
We're on a podcast called Real Ass People. It's always off the record.
No. Like this can't go on the podcast.
Okay, let's hear it.
But now I got to sit through an hour to cut shit out.
Yeah, let's hear it. Come on. Let's hear it.
Dan?
You're breaking my heart here.
Oh.
Okay, I will cut out this one statement you were about to say.
Right. Hey, that's what you get when you live with dogs.
Hey, you knocked over all of my dildos. No, go
Oh
outside.
God, why couldn't that be on the record?
Yeah. Dan, that's definitely on the record.
That's on the record.
She was done talking about that shit. That's
Okay,
definitely
we're gonna go back on the record now.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
Dude.
Okay.
Yeah. My prediction, since I don't really give a fuck who
I'm still
hears
not done
me.
with my prediction, but we'll hear yours.
Okay.
No, go pick it up.
Well,
Hold on,
sir,
I
pick
gotta
up the
be-
dildo?
please don't ask.
Sorry, I'll be
your-
right back.
Please don't ask the dog to pick up the dildo.
Yeah. What the fuck? Don't do that. My
I
prediction.
gotta punish him. He knocked over all of my dildos.
Are you gonna spank him with the dildo?
You better
No.
clean. You better boil that shit in fucking alcohol. You better let that dog pick up that fucking dildo.
Stop it.
She's hating us so hard right now.
My prediction is. I mean, it's
Okay,
very
gotta
simple.
mute myself. Hold on.
It's very similar. I don't think that we're going to recover from this as quickly as people thought, especially with the way everybody's doing it, and they're already extending it. Especially for us, they've already extended it.
When did they
You
extend
know,
it?
Huh?
When did they extend it?
I'm
Still
pretty
2
sure
weeks.
I'm pretty sure it was on the news. Like they were trying to extend it to the end of April.
No, it's not gonna happen.
Oh, well, either way, obviously I personally don't feel like we have this under control at all. I think we're doing the best we can, but I was talking to my roommate the other day about this. It's like, they're trying, everybody stay at home, this and that, but at the end of the day, we still have millions of people going to work. You know what I mean? Like the essential, which I understand, I completely understand that in our time, there is essential work that needs to be done daily to keep infrastructure going. But like, it almost doesn't even make sense to call it a quarantine or to tell people to stay home if we still have millions of people throughout the state doing everything else still, on top of the people that
Oh
aren't
damn!
listening.
Did you eat a cheeseburger before the show again?
No, I didn't. On top of everything with people who aren't staying home and aren't listening, I think we're going in reverse. Like I don't think people are taking this as serious as it actually is. So I don't think there's going to be a turnaround. I personally think we're probably about 6 months out, to be completely honest.
No. Okay. You want to hear what my thought process on this shit is?
Well, I don't really get a choice, Dan, so let's hear it.
Yeah, my thought process is this is all a bunch of fucking shit.
Oh.
And
He's one
in
of
all
those.
reality, okay, so someone wanted to argue with me about this the other day, and so I'm not a fucking doctor, I'm not a fucking scientist, but most of the doctors I'm fucking listening to are essentially going on the fact that like this is stupid. The exact same people that are high risk for the coronavirus, blank for a second, are the same people that are high risk for the flu. The same people that die from the coronavirus, the same people that can die from the flu. It was the exact same symptoms from the CDC website. In 2017 to 18, during the 6 months of which is considered flu season, 60,000 people died from the flu. In America, 60,000 fucking people in 6 months. We've been dealing with this shit for 3 months. We have what? 1,000 deaths?
Something like that.
Ooh, I'm not even fucking worried. Let me know when we hit 60,000, match the same deaths as a flu. I might start being a little bit worried.
I mean,
2017
I definitely
2018
understand.
season, 60,000 people died from the flu. Wash your hands, stay clean. Everyone go to work. If you're sick, stay away from the elderly.
That's probably one of the most annoying things about all of this, especially for me in my industry, because like I think I wash my hands 13 times a day. You know what I mean?
Sure you do with what you do.
And it's like it
Did you just like jack people off all day?
no. Shut up over there. I don't just jerk people off all day. Anyway, I'm not you. I don't have time to just jerk off all day, okay? And but it almost blows my mind more about the whole sanitary cleanliness thing and how they're like having to put videos out on how to wash your hands and like all that shit. Like it actually makes me more worried because like I can't believe how many people aren't doing that on a normal daily basis. Like how do you not have the common knowledge or think about that daily, about all the things that you do and touch and the things that you interact with, and not want to wash your hands and just practice good, hygiene when it comes to that stuff. So it's just that's why I'm so concerned, is because I almost feel like when I watched them post a video and like on the news with like an anchor and like a doctor on how to wash your hands properly, couldn't believe it because I was like, I got taught that when I was like 8. Like, why do people not know how to wash their hands?
Oh,
Are you talking
okay.
about the one with the paint?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that one got me because they put the paint
black
on their
paint
hands
on the
and they
white
were like
gloves.
scrub, 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 and then turn, and then they were like jerk off your thumbs and
Yeah.
like do your finger, and I was like, wait a
I
minute.
personally think 20 seconds is an understatement because when I wash my hands at the shop, it takes me when I enter the bathroom and after I leave washing my hands, I'm probably in there for 2 minutes. If not more. So like
Oh.
when people say 20 seconds, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing for 20 seconds? Like there's no way you can clean your hands that clean for 20
No
seconds.
way.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is my thought process on it. Is all these videos coming out of wash your hands, people telling to wash your hands. I go to the fucking bank, the ATM says practice good hygiene. Like that's what it
Yeah.
says in the ATM as I'm fucking doing my
You
thing.
don't touch it, dude. Why are you going to an ATM?
You lick it. You don't touch it, you lick it.
Yeah.
Ew.
I rubbed my
Show
balls.
it a good
I rubbed my
show it a good
balls
time.
all over the fucking dials, all over the fucking numbers.
Damn,
Yeah.
bro.
Anyways, I think a lot of the videos, it's not the fact that people don't know how to wash their hands, it's the fact that everyone's trying to get some type of publicity off of this by showing that we care. We're going to put out some type of video that, oh, we care. I had my bank tell me they're fucking monitoring the coronavirus. I'm like,
Mhm.
you're not a doctor. You're my
Right.
bank. You're going to be open until someone says don't be open. You might say, hey, can you please do the 6 feet rule when you're in our lobby?
Right.
Like
Wait.
that is, I got emails
What?
from my banks. I got emails from everybody about this stuff. I'm like, why are you monitoring? The entire country
Who's
is
your
monitoring.
bank, though? Who's your bank?
BECU.
BCU. What?
BECU.
Yeah.
So the closest BECU to me is in Tukwila.
Yeah.
To kill a
I
mockingbird?
worked in Tukwila.
So if I need to get quarters to do my laundry, I got to go all the way to Tukwila.
Why the
and
fuck would you do that?
my
You can get
fucking-
quarters elsewhere.
No, we can't.
You can't just go get quarters at any bank. You can't just exchange bills for quarters at any bank.
Not at what is it? Wells Fargo. Not at Alaska Community Credit Union. You can't go to fucking Fred Meyer's.
You know where you go?
Well, okay, I'm kind of
Chase
missing,
The
Bank.
bar that's closed.
I'm kind of missing your point on what's the point of going to Tukwila for quarters.
So you have to go to Tukwila for quarters, right?
Why
That
would
was
I
what
need
was trying to
why would I
ask.
need to go there for quarters?
Because that's where
Well-
BCU is.
I guess you're not like me where I live in an apartment that has everything but a washer and dryer. So I have to go downstairs and do my laundry and
There's not a change machine in there?
no.
Oh,
How many
that's-
people live?
that's
How many people
horrible.
live in your apartment complex?
I think like 30.
Are you concerned at all sharing? Currently, with everything that's going on, are you concerned about using the same laundry facilities as 30 other people?
Mm-hmm.
Have you already thought about like not doing it and like what you would do if you didn't use those facilities?
Mm-hmm.
Which are?
Wash your
To go
clothes
to the
in the
guy
sink.
that I'm seeing's house and be like, hey, I need to wash my clothes at your place because there's too many
Right.
people here.
That makes sense. Yeah, then you got to lug your shit all the way there too. Damn.
And then I have to deal with him asking me questions.
Oh, God forbid the man you're seeing asks you questions.
He asks me questions all the time, and which like I love him because he's not. I enjoy him because he's not like super smothering,
Right.
not super smothering, but like he will still want to be like, "Where are you coming from? What are you doing? What are you trying to get accomplished here?" And I'm like, "I just need to do my laundry."
Yeah. Well, what if he just wants to be updated?
I
Text.
just be like, I'm just trying to do my laundry.
Yeah.
But he has a
Get in,
little
get
boy.
out. Get in, get out. You know, I ain't trying to stick around.
Get in and get out.
Just, you know, like
You both
see
want to
me all
get
the
in,
time,
get
like,
out.
I'm almost
Yeah.
like, what is this? I'm almost like 4 weeks of no sex. So if he were to be like, yeah, you can use my washer and dryer, but nothing's in it for you, I'd be like, okay, we good. I've learned how to do this a cappella. I got
Oh
some
my God.
batteries. We're ready to rock it down. We're good.
Dan, how long has it been since you had sex? Don't be a dick. Be totally fucking honest.
It's been a minute.
What's a minute? What's a minute? Come on,
I
bro.
don't even know.
Yeah, it's been that long of a
you know
minute.
what it is.
Yeah,
you know
don't
what
fucking
it is.
bullshit
Come
me.
on now, bruh.
Don't bullshit me.
Dude, I honestly can't remember. It's been a minute.
Damn, bro.
Well, you know I was going
you
through all
said
that fuck- you know I was
Remember
going.
that
You know I was going through fucking drama with my ex.
right. So since before that,
Yeah,
damn.
So how
that's
long
been
is that?
it's been a
a
minute.
long minute.
Oh, we were gonna
Because,
talk
like-
about. Oh, we were gonna talk about that fucking. She came and got her shit and got her cat.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
But also,
answer-
like, pause real quick. I know that you were dealing with some shit with your ex, but like, how long has it been?
I don't remember. I don't keep track of it.
that's
Late. Okay, so
That's sad.
since me and her broke up, I've been so focused on other things. Like sex hasn't even been close to a fucking priority for me.
damn.
It's barely been on my
Well,
mind. I've been so focused.
That's
I'm just
been like
I
my
don't-
only priority.
No, I mean it's honestly been freeing a little bit that hasn't been a fucking priority. It's like I always have something to do because sex has never been something that's been hard for me to find or get. And I'm not
Well,
trying
it must be nice, Dan, living that way.
until now.
Fuck, dude, yeah, dude.
I'm not, but
goddamn.
I'm not trying right now. It's not like I'm saying I'm sitting here fucking trying. I'm not getting any. I'm literally, I want to read. I want to sit here and learn something. Like my last relationship, I constantly wanted to try and better myself and learn and have this fucking better life to give myself. And I was blocked by her because she was so, for lack of a better word, needy. Like I couldn't sit in my office for more than 15, 20 minutes without her coming in and like distracting me, either like a bullshit question or just busting in the room to fucking grab. It was like every 15 minutes. I'm like, I know you don't actually need this. You're trying to frustrate me.
Excuse me, sir. We always need it.
You heard it from a
Wait,
woman's
no.
mouth. You heard it from.
No,
Listen,
no, I mean, she would come in and get absolutely fucking nothing. She'd be like, I need my hair dryer to get ready for work. I'm like, you don't get ready for work for another 2 goddamn hours. Why do you need your blow dryer right now? And she would come in, grab it, and then would sit on the counter for 2 fucking hours until she was ready to get ready for work. Because she just wanted to fucking come in the room every 15, 20 minutes. But that's not the point. So once we broke up, I had the time and the free space or whatever you want to fucking call it to sit down and focus on the things I wanted to do. Now I'm trying to learn real estate. I'm trying to start up a clothing brand. I'm trying to read a fucking mountain of goddamn books. I do this fucking podcast. I don't fucking care about sex right now. It's not even on top of my priority since the time I was fucking 16 to the time 3 months ago. Sex was the fucking priority.
yeah, it's still my number one priority.
That's because
Dog.
you're goddamn 26.
You know what I'm saying?
Well-
what it is.
And that's
Like,
why I
it's
want to
just-
have you on my podcast next week, because I want you to advertise what it's like to be a man on the other side of a woman's needs.
I'm down.
Absolutely.
Because like as a woman, if I tell a guy like, oh, I don't need sex, I don't need any of this. No, like I need you to dick me down.
Right. I heard this thing, and I actually recently just got out of a relationship, but I heard this thing, and I think you saw it, Dan, but it was almost
Like you chewing on a bobby pin?
no, back up. It was almost
That's a bobby pin in your hand.
It's not a bobby pin, and I can prove it. Anyway, it was talking about if it was basically a meme. It was saying, "Trust me, if you're not satisfying your woman, somebody else is."
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
and I actually got into a huge argument about that with my ex-girlfriend,
Because
and
you guys are
because
living
it was
in the States.
I totally agreed with it. I was like, because that's, I mean, and you know, Marina, like you just said, like a girl always needs it. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think that's a lie. And I think every girl actually thinks that, whether or not they say that. I think they're just as horny as fucking men. But like,
If not more.
exactly.
No, I'm gonna
And,
say
like,
I'm gonna
I
say
know,
more. I was looking
I
at
know
stats
what my
recently.
girl was like.
It was out of all the relationships that were ended due to cheating, 52% were because the woman was cheating.
Ugh. I was hoping you wouldn't touch on that subject.
So I think women are even hornier than men. They're just not as fucking obvious about it. They don't go fucking putting
No.
their shit out there.
I make myself clear to any man that I'm ever with that if you don't satisfy my needs, like if I make it clear to you what my needs are and you don't satisfy them, I will most likely turn to someone else.
Yeah. See, and she thought I was fucking
Now-
crazy for
now-
saying that, but I ain't no fucking idiot
Now-
either.
No,
Like,
Okay,
it's not a
quick-
lie.
No,
Guys
it's
can't
not.
be evil.
No, okay, quick question. Do you think that you can be emotionally invested in your relationship and still be sleeping with somebody else?
No.
I'm
You
pretty
don't
sure
think
that's
so?
called an open relationship, Dan.
If someone is going to, I mean, so
Because
I
I'm at
did
that point, I
that.
realize that at least for me as a guy, and I know women that feel the same way, that feelings and sex don't necessarily have to go hand in hand.
They're not. No. they're not.
So with me, it's like I'm almost at that point that if I date someone, I'm not telling them, hey, I go out and fuck other people. I'm at that point of, if you think you're not getting what you need from me, which generally, I always strive to obviously satisfy my partner.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to fucking broadcast to me, but if you want to go out and get yourself a fucking fuck buddy, I mean, you don't have to tell me about it, but oh well, like, you're here. As long as you're making me like here feel like loved, wanted,
Right.
like I don't care. Like, as long as I'm still getting some and I feel like you need me in your life and I'm, like I said, loved and wanted, like, I don't care. Go
All
do
right.
it.
I'm gonna answer it, and I'm
I'm not gonna sit here and try and, like, I don't know, deal with that bullshit.
I'm gonna be a complete opposite. I think if I'm not doing it right, as shitty as it sounds, if I'm not doing it right, I hope that they tell me that I'm not doing it right, because I would much rather know. And because
You're making her make a face, dude.
Well, I hope she agrees with this, because
Oh, I'm waiting for this response.
so you're okay. So for sake of argument, Marina, if you never told me any of that stuff, okay, and then got disappointed at me for not doing it, how exactly is that my fault without the communication of knowing what to do or how to correct it? Right? Like, how am I supposed to correct what's wrong if I don't even know what's wrong? So I would hope that I do get corrected, or at least someone's comfortable enough to tell me what to fix or how to fix it, instead of just going and getting it somewhere else while I'm not aware of the situation.
Or maybe gently, like, directed in the right way, kind of like.
No, I'm just talking about fucking brutal honesty. Like, just fucking, like.
Well, there's other ways you can do it. Like, I've been, when I was younger, I've been told before, like, hey, you're not doing this right. But in a way, it's like more like gentle, but instruction without, like, ruining the mood. Kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you think, Marina? Because you've been making faces this whole fucking time like I'm a fucking idiot.
You are an idiot.
So,
Hey, I asked the question.
Just tell him he should go date guys and
I
suck
asked
a
the
dick.
question. Just let me fucking hear it.
I don't know.
I'm just kind of confused on how you can't agree with being honest. Like,
I mean, be honest, but also be honest with sensitivity and discretion.
so, like, just don't totally say I'm a piece of shit. Like, let me down gently is what you're saying.
Okay,
No,
let's say because
I'm not
we were
the kind of-
talking about his oral skills. What's wrong with the fucking woman being like, hey, you're licking a little low, my clit's up a little bit higher?
No, okay, so if you, Brian, were to go down south and just not hitting it right, I wouldn't necessarily be like, oh, you're a piece of shit and toss you to the side. I'd probably like straddle your face and like tilt you up toward what you need to hit.
That's what I meant, like gentle instruction.
I'm
Like,
talking.
you're not calling someone
out.
out there doing it wrong. You're just kind of guiding
Wait,
them.
You guys are
Guidance,
both
gentle
missing it.
guidance.
You're both missing it. You're both missing it.
Okay,
I'm not talking about.
I'm with
not
you,
talking
Ryan.
About
I'm with
something
you, Ryan.
as simple. I'm not talking about something as simple as that. Like, in general, like you were just talking about. I said my original question, like, if someone's not giving it to you, you're gonna go get someone who does.
Yeah.
Right. You said that too. Like, you honestly said that. And so, in light of that, and answering it, like I said, I hope that at least that there would be that brutal honesty and tell me exactly what, you know what I mean? Like, how, and in any situation, how is anybody supposed to fix a problem if they don't know there is one?
So
And I'm not talking about gentle caressing. I'm talking about what you just said about if a dick's not satisfying you, you can go get another
gentle
one.
caressing.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Gentle caressing. No. So, if I'm with a guy and he's just not meeting my
Now, are you going off the basis of one and done? Like if he fucks up the first time, are you already done? Like how, like that's what I'm getting at.
yeah, no, I am.
That's a
What?
lot of
If
pressure
on the
that's a lot of
first-
pressure for her boyfriend.
Well, that's what I'm saying though, because like how
Which is also why he hasn't been around.
well my
Oh!
but do you see my question now though?
Damn.
Okay, yeah, no.
Like
but
how am I
still,
like how am I even supposed to compete with that if like
Send
for
it
the
to
first time I don't, you know what I mean? Like if it's for, okay, so like I said, for sake of argument, if it's me and your first time, like how are we even supposed to know?
each first time has to be taken on a certain standpoint. You have to have a mutual ground, right?
Well, I
like
completely, oh no.
there's a solid level of being like, this is where you start.
Right.
So if you came into my world and you were like, oh, let me go down Marina, and you couldn't flick the bean, I wouldn't necessarily like toss you to the side. I'd try and be like, let me put you in that standpoint. Let me make it so that you can lick it how I like, finger me how I like, penetrate me how I like.
Right.
Okay, I got a question. So
I wouldn't just toss you aside.
are you kind of doing like the mindset like when for you like quality dick is like you would give it like an A plus, but he came in on his first time he's like, you know, it was a solid C performance, so I'm gonna toss it. But if he came in with a solid B plus, like I'll keep him around.
No, I try and give them all the same. No, I can't compare them.
Right. Why? Well, I fucking hope not.
Not compare,
You
just
know,
like rate the quality of the.
No, I just hope that everyone's able to see that, like, if a man is between my thighs and he's down there doing what he needs to do with his tongue or his finger, and I steer him in the right direction, he's able to take control. So,
Right.
like, if Ryan were
Between your legs.
down in the nether regions and I was like,
look at her being all bashful and shit. Like,
Just say it. Just wearing your thighs like earmuffs.
like what the fuck? Who is this?
if Ryan were between my thighs and I were like, yeah, let's get it fucking going, buddy. And
Yeah.
he was just down there eating it out. I would be like, okay, you got to go down lower. You got to fucking lick. And then eventually I'd give him a little like, you got to
Right.
go to me.
So, but my part of that question
he's got to be able to
is-
get the guidance that you're giving him if he doesn't seem to fucking it doesn't click with him. Like so you're saying like I'm gonna if
So
you're
you-
doing it
so you
wrong,
saying that they
I'm gonna
don't-
give you a little fucking hint, and if you don't get it, like this is not going anywhere.
Exactly.
There we go.
So you don't even give them a round two to try to like capitalize on what you teach them?
No, I do. I try to give them like a little bit of leeway to be like, hey, let me come back with like my full force. I learned what I
See
didn't
that?
learn
Okay. See, that's
before."
that's the actual answer that I was looking for. Was like, because the way you made it sound, it was like it was a, hey, you're not, peace out. Like I'm not even gonna give you a second try. Because like, I mean, we all know it. You know, it takes. I mean, I guess for me personally, you know what I mean? I ain't going to get it right the first time. Like, I'm not fucking wrong with that. I'm totally okay with answering that, honestly. You know what I mean? It takes a while to fully learn what people like and want. So that's why I had that question.
Okay.
Doesn't mean
So
I'm
you had-
fucking bad at it.
You
or
had your
anything
question.
like
Okay.
that.
Hey, we're getting to the dirty questions.
Oh, God.
Dirty questions. Okay. It's the end
Ask
of the
Marina
it's
first,
the
though.
end of the podcast. We got dirty questions to ask.
But you got to
Okay.
ask Marina first.
This is what we're gonna go with. Would you rather only be able to fuck in the same position the rest of your life, or only have one porno to jerk off to for the rest of your life?
Wait, what's that position?
Whatever position you pick. Just think of your favorite position and your favorite porno. You get to pick one or the other for the rest of your life.
One position?
Either you get to fuck in any position, but you only ever get to watch one porno for the rest of your life, or You're only fucking in one position for the rest of your life, but you can watch any porno that you want. I'm going with the one.
I'm down for one position.
One position. Can we
One
know
position
what
in
that
any
position
porn?
is? What's that one position?
It's doggy.
I was going with that's what I was putting my money on. Dino,
What?
It's
What's your
doggy.
answer?
I love me some doggy style from the back. Grab my
I
hair.
feel like anyone with a vagina loves doggy.
I love it when they like fucking go from behind and grab me by the throat.
See,
Ooh.
I can't do that. I end up just taking my belt off and putting it around their neck.
Yeah, that too. Daddy.
Dino,
What? I'd say I would prefer any position in one porno.
one porno. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with any position, one porno.
Because
Okay.
I'd much rather fuck in any position than have more access to more porn while not having sex. So I'd much rather have sex.
I don't know.
Okay, next question.
Marina, shut up.
Next
Shut up.
question.
Pussy.
Do you think the president jerks off in the Oval Office?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, for sure. That
Bro.
dude gets off.
No, I'm talking
Bro,
about
I'd be coming
any
on
president.
Dude, I'd be
I
coming
think
on everything.
every president that has ever been in the Oval
Oh,
Office
I'm
jerked off
so
in there.
sure. If I'm in the Oval Office, I'm gonna be like, I gotta squirt on everything.
Yeah.
I hope you have a good
Like
president.
I would let a load go everywhere on that fucking office.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay. Okay.
Gotta
Last
do
question.
it.
Last question before the end of the podcast. Would you rather have sex with 2 female midgets or 2
No, I don't
7-foot tall
like
girls?
midgets. I don't like midgets.
Or 2 7-foot tall girls?
2 7-foot tall girls.
I'm going with midgets.
I don't like midgets.
Think they'd be fun
Can
to
I not
toss around.
can I not answer the question?
No, you got to answer it. I let you out of that one question a few weeks ago.
I don't like midgets. They make me so uncomfortable.
I'd have to say 7-foot tall people.
Really? I
Thank
think
you.
it'd
Thank
be fun
you.
to toss around a couple midgets.
I'm good on that. Just the word saying toss around a midget just turns me off.
Just
No,
fucking
they
spin them
just-
around on your dick like a helicopter.
No, stop it. No.
You need to educate this man. He needs to get the fuck out of that headspace.
Okay, so first of all, midgets make me uncomfortable because they're so small and they're fragile, and also like they're just so small.
They make my
Yeah,
heart happy when they run.
God
No, stop it. Okay, you've got fetishes that I can't even look at.
It's not even a fetish. It just makes my heart happy to watch them run. If a
I
midget
can't
ever
even
sees me,
look at it.
hey, if a midget ever sees me, come up to me, and I will give you $20 just to run 50 feet down the fucking parking lot
That's
All
or
weird.
wherever.
Look at me
That's
and
weird.
run 20 feet away, and I'll give you $2.
All I gotta say is this body looks like it fucking runs anywhere. So I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't
That's
run.
upsetting.
Okay, Marina, where can
Thanks.
people find you? Where's your podcast? Give yourself a shout out. Plug it.
I underscore. Wait, what is it?
Oh
I
god, she doesn't
Underscore
even know.
Peg Underscore your underscore pardon.
I beg your pardon with the underscore between each word.
Yeah, if you want to hear some crazy fucking shit, you better go check out her fucking podcast. I know for sure I'm gonna go back and listen to every single one of her episodes and make sure to stay tuned on that crazy fucking shit. And who knows,
Oh,
maybe you
by all
fuckers can learn a thing or
means.
two.
Okay, Dino, where can people find you?
Well, people can't find me anywhere because I'm stuck in this fucking house during
You're
quarantine.
fucking lame.
But if you want to actually take the time or waste your time on my profile, you can check it out, Designs by Dino. And you can also check me out on the Raven's Claw tattoo page. But it'd be greatly appreciated if you don't forget about us tattoo artists, and when all this quarantine bullshit is done, that you come get a tattoo so I can fucking live. That'd be great too.
Yeah, we don't want our co-host to
If I
die.
don't want to give you like shout out, but I'm like, hey boy, come over here for your first threesome.
Sure. Like, I don't really know what the question was. What was the question?
Oh, I was just trying to be like, no, where are you from?
Me?
Yeah.
Like, are you asking me where I'm from originally, or like where do I work?
Wait, is this the guy from Spanaway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow, that drastically changed. I don't know what the fuck you said, but like,
Figure
I was
it out
trying to
later.
be like, I mean, like, I take enthusiasm on bringing guys into the new forum of
Oh God, Dan,
adventure.
finish us out here.
Jesus Christ, this is gonna be an interesting conversation off the
Yeah.
record later. Okay, you can find the podcast on Instagram at real_people. You can find me, Big Danny G, on Instagram. You can also find my photography at D Block Shots. Ryan, take us out, man.
Yeah, and just so you know, D Block Shots is not a bunch of dick pics. He is actually a straight man. What?
What?
Gotta go.
I heard what she said. You got to let me finish. Also, to go follow that bad bitch Marina over there and her podcast and follow her on all social media. And that is all the time we have for today. I'm your boy Dino. That is my boy Big Danny G and our new best friend Marina. If you ever want to talk about sex or weird fetishes, hit that girl up. She's a fucking wealth of knowledge. And catch you motherfuckers later.
We are out. Bye, everybody.
Damn.